Stanley Cup champions, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to your Stanley Cup champions BAGM with the Vancouver Canucks. We absolutely killed it. We got rid of the Bruins. How many games was it? 1, 2, there was only 5 games, and in a elimination game, guess who stood tall? The big man himself, Big Ben, baby, Ben Bishop. Another shutout in an elimination game. That's amazing. Had a 3-0 shutout there, a 1-0 shutout against Nashville, and then a 3-0 shutout against Anaheim, and then starting it all off with a 2-0 shutout against the Edmonton Oilers. So very, very impressive stuff coming from Ben Bishop there. Very, very impressive. We're gonna send our scout out here before we get into the draft, and I kind of want to find a goaltender because Ben Bishop is gonna drop after this year, and actually I can't see any that are like undrafted or like second rounders. Okay, so top 5 guy, but I don't think we're gonna have a top 5 pick. I mean, I know we're not gonna have a top 5 pick. Oh god, there's not many. Hey, you know what, I'll go with the WHL where there's that Robbins guy. We'll have a look at him, sorry, in the OHL, wherever that was. But I do want to check out what draft picks we have or what draft picks we don't have. Don't remember if we have a first or if we don't, but I want to go over a few comments here before we get into the draft and the retirements, all that stuff. So Mev, he says xTech or Stan Bowman, hashtag dynasty. I don't know if it's going to go that far, but I'm definitely proud of the Stanley Cup that I brought to Vancouver, and this guy's not very happy about it. Nice, but Vancouver will never win one in real life. And you know what? You're probably right. Our GM is an idiot. Brandon Barenfeld, he says, you need to draft a goalie. Pretty much what I was just talking about right there. Bishop's not getting any younger, and Blackwood is very much unproven. Drafting goalie in the first round this year is a must. I agree with you. 100% I agree with you. Now, just depending on where our pick is and what assets we have to trade, I would like to move up towards a first round pick, maybe trading Bobby Dugan and like our second if we don't have a first. I can't remember if we have a first or not. And the last comment here is going to come from Sean Avery, of all people. Sean Avery, and this is going to be the last one before we hop into the draft. He says, I wonder what Argento is going to post on Twitter now. So I went to have a look, and he says, make this your intro. So I'm going to show you just a little clip of it.
So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us until it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling. Like it gave a little speed to a great white shark on shark. We rock. Time to go up. Gone. Deuces goodbye. I got a world.
You know what? I'm not even mad at that. You could put a little funky song and a couple of clips of you scoring. That's fine. But one thing that Gattenby has that you don't, and I know you're all thinking it, is a Stanley Cup ring. So whatever you say on Twitter, it doesn't matter. You could be 97 overall and Joe Gattenby could still be 82. He is on a Stanley Cup winning team. Gattenby's got a ring, buddy. You can't say anything. While you're putting for bogeys, we got Gattenby here on a Stanley Cup winning team. Doesn't matter what overall you are. I don't care. He's got a ring. End of story. So Argento's a clown, but we got to figure out what we're going to do here. So I would like to find out what pick we have, and I don't know if I can do that right now. I'll have to go towards the draft to check it out. But we'll go ahead and we'll scout all of the skaters in the draft. I would like to get a goalie. Ideally, I would love to get a goaltender, but let's have a look here. Scott Hartnell, Kessler. Thank God Ryan Kessler calls it quits. Koivu, Hudler, Backus, Alexander Semin, the ex-Vancouver Canuck, Phaneuf, Burns, all those guys, Big Dustin Byfuglien, Giordano, and Nathan Horton. Now, did anyone from Vancouver retire? I don't think so. Yeah, no one retired, thankfully. Goaltenders, Jimmy Howard, Al Montoya. Wasn't really that fantastic of a goaltending crop this year. So I want to have a look at the, yeah, we'll get our trading block all ready to go. Horvat's not going anywhere. I did want to put a few players on, though. I'm going to go ahead and put Bobby Dugan on there because he does have a little bit of trade potential. Joe Flesher could honestly be like a backup for next year, but I don't want to get rid of Ben Bishop. I know he's going to drop, but just depending on how much he drops. Gauthier we can put on there. He went to the Red Star potential. Who else we got here? Johnson, no. Matthews, definitely not. McCann, absolutely not. Who else can we put on there? We can go ahead and put Sam Steele Steele on the trading block. He could be a guy that we could trade for a first round pick, because Sam Steele honestly is kind of a player that we don't have a lot of room for. We're kind of making room for him on the third line, so I wouldn't be opposed to getting rid of Sam Steele, because we're gonna have Matthews, Horvat, and then we're going to have Jared McCann on the third line. So we'll have to see. We'll have to wait it out here. See if there's any high overall guys. 71, 70, 76 overall for Paul. That's pretty good. What else we got? Couple of mid 70 overall players. That's all fine. Just want to see if there's any like 85 plus guys or anyone that's like 80 overall. That would be nice to see, but unfortunately, nope. Let's go check out the goaltenders here. 63, 57, 65, and 61. So this might not be the best year for goaltenders. So do we hang on and wait for a goalie to come along? I mean, there's two top fivers, which is obviously probably going to go in the top five, and then after that there's one first round guy, but he'll probably be gone, and you got this Roy Elliott and Mike Robbins guy. So I mean, there's a few selections in the second round, and if a goalie is available, then I will definitely take a look at it, but I don't think we have a first. Yeah, we don't have a first round pick, so ideally I'd like to move into like the 20th spot, maybe even, okay, you know what, Calgary has the 14th and the 15th overall pick. Maybe we could swing a deal with Calgary that involves Sam Steele. Now, I'm hoping Sam Steele does not have 1 year left in his contract. If he does, that's going to screw us over a little bit. Where is that guy anyways? Sam Steele, he's right here. So actually has quite a bit of trade value. 2 years left. That's perfect. So if we could get a pick to where we could, you know what, maybe even going for one of those top 5 goalies isn't even unrealistic, because let's see what a top, let's have a look here, see what a top pick's gonna run us for. So we can easily get the 14th overall pick with Sam Steele. That's not a problem at all. So who had the first overall pick? I want to get like the 3rd overall pick, or even the 5th. See, that would be fine, but what if they take a goalie 1 and 2, right? That would kind of screw me over. Chicago, I kind of want to get like the 3rd or the 4th. That would kind of be ideal, and it goes to Arizona. Oh my God. Do we give Sam Steele to Arizona? You know what? I can't have Sam Steele with Argento. You know what? That'll be like a last resort thing if the 4th overall pick does not work out for us. I would like to get a goaltender, and we do have a player that we could trade in Sam Steele. He's kind of an extra. We could find another winger in free agency, and it's actually the Rangers, and they have the 4th, but they don't want to give it up. It's actually Florida's pick. So what would we have to add to make this trade go through? We have 2 second-round picks, which is nice. Let's go a 2nd, a 3rd. Do we have anyone else we can throw in there? I'm not going to give up any of these guys. Gettinger, what's he looking like? You know what? Gettinger's probably going to play where Sam Steele was playing last year. He's a good power forward. He's 6'5", 209 pounds. You know what? He's probably going to play where Sam Steele played, so I'm not going to get rid of Gettinger, but that doesn't mean we're totally out of the question here. Sasha Ustrov, we picked him up in free agency a couple years back. He's only 22. He's got 1 year left. So even trading him wouldn't even help me. Joe Gattenby, pretty much an untouchable at this point. Habersnitch. Okay, you know what? We've drafted this guy in year 1. He's only 23, but we have a power forward in the making with Gettinger, and I really need a goaltender. So I'm thinking putting that through. We're gonna have to take a player back. Who do they want to give away? Sure, I'll definitely take that. Garlock, I don't even know who this guy is. Bill Garlock, 3 stars. I mean, he could be something. Two-way forward, 68 overall, but he has little to no trade value, which is nice. Habersnitch, and maybe like another pick. Let's try this first. Okay, so Sam Steele, a 2nd, a 3rd, and Habersnitch. Snitch? I don't even know how to pronounce his name, so it'd probably be way better just to get him out of here. You know what? I'm going to add like a 4th as well, just to sweeten it a little bit. I might have to go into the 2021 draft and get a 3rd, but I'd like to just get it over with here. We'll give him a 4th from next year. So Sam Steele, a couple of draft picks, and Habersnitch for the 4th overall selection. So I can only hope that they don't take a goalie 1-2 or 1-3 or 2-3. I hope they either take one or leave both for me to have a look at, and we will pick number 4. So a little bit of a gamble, but the 3rd overall pick is a little bit much. So I'll try for the 4th. Will this go through? No, not going to go go through. So totally unwilling to ask. Yeah, see, they don't want to give up the pick. I might just have to go to Arizona. And plus, I think Arizona has a few goaltending prospects. And knowing how stupid their GM is, yeah, they already have this guy who's 74 overall, 4.5 stars. They drafted him 2nd overall. Guaranteed, if they had that pick, they would probably just take another goaltender because they're stupid. But you know what, Sam Steele? It's nothing against you. I don't think you're a bad guy. And I know going to play with Argento really sucks. Actually, they don't want to give up the pick either. Oh, man. You know what? I'm going to have to sweeten the pot here. We'll give them a 2nd, a 3rd, and next year's 2nd as well. That's a lot. I'll keep our 3rd and give them 2 second-round picks and what we had previous, which was we had Habersnitch in there, and was that it? I think that was it, right? Yeah, I think that was all that we wanted to throw in there. But I could throw in something else. Hanley, what are you looking like? 3.5 stars, 71 overall, 22 years old, got nice slap shot power. You know what? Maybe I'll keep him for the minors. Gauthier, he's a guy who could definitely be dealt. He only has 1 year left though, so it doesn't really matter. You know what? I want to make this trade go through, but I just don't think we have enough to make it, to push it over the edge. But I mean, that looks pretty decent, right? I mean, I'll throw in a 4th, okay? I'll throw in a 4th. Arizona, I don't like you. You don't like me. Sam Steele is a versatile player. Hopefully you want to take him on. They want him. Didn't go through. God damn, I don't know how we're going to make this trade go through. I would really like to move up to get a goaltender, but I just don't know if it's going to happen within the first 3. You know what? I'm not going to do this. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait it out. I know I just wasted a whole bunch of time, but I'm going to wait it out. I'm going to wait it out for a few reasons, because we could take Sam Steele and we could go into free agency and really work our trades to find a goalie who's ready now, like 85 overall, 22 years old. That would be perfect. Looks like Arizona took that goaltender, even though they have a 4.5 star goalie. I don't know what that GM is doing there. He is something else, that guy, something else. We have 2 second-round picks here. Is there any goaltenders available? No. Lars Lander, that's a fantastic name. I'll wait for him for the 3rd round. If we don't get him, it's kind of whatever. What do we get here? Harvey Ritchie, an offensive defenseman, sure. And we have the pick next. Let's pick that goal. Let's pick that Lars guy. Let's do it. Oh, this is that Paul guy. He was like 76 overall. Remember that? Paul Mewers. Yeah, I'm going to pick him. He was like 76 overall, I'm pretty sure. We're going to go with our 3rd round pick here, and we're going to see if we could get that goaltender. So Lars Lander was actually taken by Buffalo, unfortunately, so we didn't get to draft him, and there's no other goalies available, I don't think. A couple of 4th rounders, and really just nothing to waste our 3rd round pick on. So you know what? I'm down to take Henry Hunt. There you go. Welcome to Vancouver. Now let's get the resign stage done and see if we could work our phones a little bit to get ourselves a goaltender. Sam Steele probably going to be on the move. So having a look at our rookie skaters that we drafted here, unsigned. That Harvey Ritchie guy was our 2nd round pick, and he's 59 overall. He's going to be a bit of a prospect, but he's an offensive defenseman. I like that. And this Paul guy is actually 76 overall. We got him in the last pick in the 2nd round, so that's actually really impressive. 76 overall. Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone who skipped over him. That guy we took, Norton. Henry Hunt, that's that 3.5 star guy, and there was no goaltenders that we ended up taking. So Ben Bishop, still 88 overall. I think he's got at least 1 year left of hockey in him. So my plan is to skip over to the re-sign stage. I'll show you guys the notable contracts, and then we'll go ahead and try to move a goaltender. I'll probably sign both of the goalies right now. I'll probably sign Bishop and Blackwood. I'll probably end up trading Mackenzie Blackwood and Sam Steele for like a really good goaltending prospect. So you get a backup goalie, a potential starter even, but I don't know about Blackwood. I'm really honestly not sure what I'm going to do yet. I just want to get the re-sign stage done, have a look at free agency, and then kind of have a look at where we are. So let me just get this thing over with. Chris Tanev offered 4.4 for 2 years. So Provorov's going to get the exact same cash that Chris Tanev did, but he's going to get 2 more years on the deal, which is kind of nice. Lawson Krause going to get 2.3 for the next 3 years. Joe Gattenby, 1.5 for the next 2. I'm happy with that. Ben Bishop wants a 2-year deal at $6.7 million. We'll go 6.2. I mean, the 2 years is really not what I'm looking for. You know what? He won us a Stanley Cup. That's totally fine. 6.3, and I'm happy with that. He may drop to like an 86 overall, but you know what? Shit happens, and that's just the way it is. But I didn't give a contract to Luke Glendening, or I didn't give a contract to Matt Martin. I think it's time for us to move on from them. They've been a decent fourth line for us for a long time, but I think we have guys coming up like Nikolai Ehlers that they're really just taking a roster spot from. So I think that everyone is going to re-sign. Nikolai Ehlers has re-signed. Henry Hunt, yeah, this guy's good to go. Yeah, fine and dandy. Bishop said yes. Tanev said yes. Hutton said yes. Blackwood, Fellows. I think everyone's going to come back. Everyone should be good to go. And we have 40 people under contract and still $15.3 million of cap room. So I'm pretty happy with this. Let's have a look at where we are in the free agency market. So if there's a goalie available, I will definitely have a look at it. And I'll probably either keep Sam Steele or trade him, and the exact same thing with Mackenzie Blackwood. So some notables here: Oshie, Jack Johnson, Ryan Murphy, Cogliano, and that's about it. So as for goaltenders, oh god, no one. Hey, no one available. No one even close to worth looking at. There's a few of these goalies that are definitely ready to make the NHL jump, but Samuel, yeah, I don't want to do that because it's kind of like cheating the system. They're probably going to be really good eventually, but it's a glitch in GM mode where, yeah, it's just not going to happen. I'm not going to go ahead and extort that glitch. It's not how I like to do things. So let's have a look at goaltenders around the NHL. Who can we trade for? If there's a team that has like 288 overall goalies, there's no need for that. So I'm going to have a look around here, and why would they take another goalie? I just don't understand. But I'm going to have a look around like this. Like, okay, so Rask is definitely getting older. He's 33, still 89 overall. They have this Johnson guy who's 86. Brendan Johnson, a first overall pick, okay? First overall. But they also have Malcolm Subban, who's definitely a starting goaltender. He could easily jump to be 87, 88 overall. So Johnson is definitely available. Okay. All right. Brendan Johnson. Okay. 6 feet tall, 2 years left on a $2.4 million contract. That's not bad at all. He's going to be good. I like that a lot. Okay. So we'll keep Johnson in mind. We'll keep Buffalo in mind for sure. Let me have a look around here. I don't know if there's any going to be quite as good as him, but we'll have a quick look. Oh, okay. I lied. Bobrovsky and Frazenreb, they want to get rid of him for some reason. He was a 6th overall pick. Why would they want to get rid of him? Like, Bobrovsky's not going to be 90 overall forever. Plus, he's got sick trade value. Man, Frazenreb, I mean, they want to get rid of him, so it's kind of perfect, but I'll let you guys decide that. Wow, they're hurting for a goalie. So there's definitely a couple options available. We got the Bruins and we got Columbus. Let me just look around here. We're almost through every NHL team. I mean, New Jersey has Schneider and they have Arnolds, who's pretty good actually. Leon Arnolds, oh man, so many choices right now. But yeah, so having a look around the NHL, there's really only 2 choices. It's going to be either Johnson or it's going to be Frazenreb, which is pretty cool. Or there's that other guy, where was he? Sorry, and he was in, and there was that other guy in New Jersey. So kind of 3 selections to young goalies who are ready to be legitimate NHL starters, because honestly, Leon Arnolds is probably going to be stuck behind Corey Schneider for the next couple of years, and the exact same thing with the guy in, it's pretty much the exact same thing with all 3 of them. Like, Johnson's not going to get as much ice because of Rask, and Malcolm Subban's playing in the minors because you can't have all of those goalies playing, so that's ridiculous. Plus, they have this guy who's probably ready for like a backup. I mean, I think if anyone, it's going to be the Bruins that we're going to have to trade with, and even Columbus, like, they want to get rid of the guy. Plus, we could give them Mackenzie Blackwood, who's a legitimate NHL backup, and then have Bishop and Frazenreb. So I don't know. You guys can let me know in the comments, but I think we know what we have to do is get a goaltender. I mean, I just don't know how much Ben Bishop is going to fall. He could be 85 by the time that we start this year. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Let me know in the comments down below, and I will talk to you guys in the next one.